Lancaster House assumed the glittering appearance of a royal residence the evening before President Heuss ended his state visit. Her Majesty, escorted by her distinguished guest, came to the reception in his honor given by the government. Several other members of the royal family graced the occasion. It was a tribute to a statesman who, in 4 brief but crowded days, most admirably fulfilled his difficult role. Now that the president has gone, millions are asking themselves, what of the country to which he returned? The river Rhine, which might easily have been the Soviets' western frontier, flows past Bonn. Famed as the birthplace of Beethoven, it now has another fame, the government seat of the Federal Republic of Western Germany. Here, Chancellor Adenauer is at the helm. In ruin indescribable lay Germany when Adenauer began his climb to power, Berlin especially. All Germany drank deep the poison of defeat. She had brought it upon herself. The black market criminals flourished on the universal misery, occasional police raids notwithstanding. Yet hordes of refugees poured in to escape the Russians. Could anything new possibly rise out of this? It did. Today, the scarred Emperor Wilhelm Church is in the shadow of the new Germany. Architecture spectacularly rose to the challenge of unique opportunity. The Western Hemisphere sees a modern miracle in West Berlin. Before rhapsodizing over this German achievement, remember that millions in foreign money have gone into the coffers of the Federal Republic. When Stalin tried to force the Western Allies out of Berlin, and these people were saved only by the airlift, it was the turning point. Without lavish help, American and British particularly, all Germany might have fallen under communist rule. Now, in 1958, West Germans enjoy prosperity envied all over Europe. Who could have predicted this at the end of the World War? Without 2 things, it would have been impossible: foreign aid and German energy and determination. Small wonder that into West Berlin, East Germans have jumped the frontiers to seek asylum from the Red Rule. Their children will grow up in freedom, adults will live in freedom. Perhaps before the youngsters have grown up, all Germany will be united. At the Brandenburg Gate, the Western Zone meets East Berlin, one of the sharpest contrasts to be found in all Europe. All are scrutinized whose business takes them over the boundary, into the streets with whose ruins the communist rebuilding program has not caught up. Hitler's chancellery has been left in ruins, reminding East Germans of the Nazi defeat. Slowly, the rest of the bomb shambles is being cleared away. At this pace, it will take years more. Of course, the eastern sector too has been largely rebuilt, for after the airlift, the Russians tried to match the efforts of the Western Allies. But the shadow of the far-off Kremlin envelops the sector. Traffic is much lighter. There are no cars for ordinary folk. The famous Unter den Linden, pride of the Kaiser in far-off days, is a depressing sight today. Back in Western Germany, how different it all is. Frankfurt, Munich, Hamburg, all the bombed cities rise again. Nor does the new push out the old, where ancient landmarks still stand. Germany has built the country anew. When President Heuss gave a state banquet at the German embassy, he acknowledged the magnanimity of Great Britain. He freely admitted German responsibility for the war. This was not an occasion when thoughts turned to commerce, but behind the scenes discussions had taken place, and it was agreed that trade between our 2 countries will be increased. Princess Margaret has already visited Western Germany. It gratified her to know that the Queen had accepted an invitation to return the visit of the German president. President Heuss is the titular head of his country, but he was little known in Britain before the state visit. In 4 short days, he not only made many personal friends, he brought closer together Great Britain and Western Germany.